I was gonna use this story thing about Windwaker for the opening, and then I was like, it's super dumb. In summary, they fucking broke Windwaker. The a few months ago at least, or perhaps longer, I watched a tool-assisted speedrun of Wind Waker, and it was about 5 hours long. And then, like a week ago, I watched a speedrun of Wind Waker HD, and it was about an hour and a half long. They fucking broke Wind Waker. I have no idea how it's done, but people found out how to speed the fuck up. Like it's some weird trick with going into first person and holding an item. I don't even know. It's some sort of, I think it's like, I think they called it, I was watching the speedrun, and I think they called it ESS, which is Extended Super Slide. I don't think it's exactly the same as it would be in Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time, because the physics are different, but I think they're just using that name for something that acts a similar way, but isn't done the same way, because it's just not. But holy shit, they skip like 4 hours of the game, just gone. They don't even complete any of the dungeons, I think. They pick up the grappling hook, and then they go fight Ganon. It was an absolute blast to watch. Holy shit. Oh man. And it can be a lot faster too. Like the world record fucked up a handful of times, or well, at the end there's like one part right at the end where it's this one really difficult trick that involves a shitload of RNG that, like, there's this one part right near the end where you're supposed to use the hook shot to grapple onto this, you're supposed to use the hook shot to launch yourself or onto this thing, but he skips the hook shot. The only item he gets is the bow and the grappling hook. He gets the bow because he needs light arrows. And they found fucking barrier skip. Holy shit, they found barrier skip with this speed trick. Like, it sounds like I'm talking about nothing if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I mean, they found, like, barrier skip used to be, like, dreamed about. Because there's this barrier in... When you go to Hyrule Castle the first time, there's this big-ass barrier in the way that's supposed to be, you're supposed to, when you fully power the Master Sword, after you finish most of the game, you break the barrier with the Master Sword, and that lets you move on to go fight Ganon. So people are trying to figure out ways to get over it, ways to get through it, for years. And then somebody finds this crazy speed thing on HD version, and they find a barrier skip with the speed thing. It's just like, boom, that's most of the game gone. And if it weren't for this one thing right near the end, it would be so good. But this one thing is... it's so fucking crazy because... They need to get on top of this platform, and they don't have a hook shot. So what they have to do is the Wind Waker equivalent of hovering. But in Wind Waker, hovering is really weird because you can only hover when you're dead. You sort of... You die, but you start, like... I don't remember exactly how it's done, but... You sort of, you start to, I think you're jump slashing and dying sort of at the same time, but you're not on the ground, so you just sort of start moving up like this. You just start slowly moving up like that. And because you are technically dead, the only way out of it is to gain health. As soon as you touch the ground... You die. The death animation actually starts. But because you keep doing this weird jump slash thing, you're not touching the ground. so you're just moving up. What they did in the GameCube versions, what speedrunners would do, is they would use the Tingle Tuner to give themselves a heart, and that would bring them back. What they have to do in this HD speedrun is bring these 2 pots with fairies in them near the thing, shoot the pots, then activate the hover, and hope and pray that the fairies will get close enough to you to revive you and revive you on top of this thing. And the world record took him 3 tries to do it, and it's such a long thing. I mean, it even takes long just to get there after you dying. It doesn't take that long. Luckily, there's a warp thing, but still, it's like they could have shaved 10 minutes, I think, off of that in an hour and a half speed run. 10 minutes is a lot, because there's just that crazy RNG trick. But then, of course, they skip this one trick that costs an extra 10 minutes. They skip the entire fucking grapple. Where do you get the grapple? Oh god, Windwaker. Oh boy, where do you get that? I mean, it's got to be later in the game. I don't know Wind Waker as well as I do Majora's Mask or Ocarina. I know it well enough that I can play it step by step and know what I need to do next. But I don't remember where everything lies in the sequence exactly. Huh. I don't know. Well, they skip it. They don't have to get to it. Like, I don't think he was never on the boat. He doesn't even get on the whole game is about the boat. He doesn't use that. He uses his weird fucking speed trick to just zoom across the fucking islands. Oh, it's crazy. You get enough speed. There's a couple instances where he gets enough speed and then he swims super fast. And there's one instance where he gets a crazy amount of speed and he essentially just jumps. Like, he just jumps and ends up at the island he wants to be at. He turns on a metronome to do it, so that he has the timing and the rhythm down, because it's really precise, to get, in the area of where he needs to be. I don't know why he can't just swim there. I don't know. Like, if I can find one, I'd like to watch a full route breakdown video talking about, all the new tricks and all that. But I just wanted to see the newest speedrun, because I just saw that it was crazy fucking short compared to the last. I thought it was like 5 hours, but they they broke it. Oh man, who'd have thunk Wind Waker HD? Like, it's obviously it's got to be an HD version thing, because if this was a thing in the GameCube version, they would have found it, or people would be streaming it, people would be speedrunning that version because of the fucking Tingle Tuner with the hovering. But so anybody who wants to speedrun Wind Waker, they got to go buy a Wii U. That's crazy. The Wii U will live for about 4 reasons. 4 reasons, like, total. Because Splatoon won't keep it alive because there's Splatoon 2. But we don't know about Mario Maker. So Mario Maker will keep it alive because people really like Mario Maker. There's a pretty hefty Mario Maker community that'll keep playing that. So as long as there's no Switch port, which, I mean, it has a touchscreen, there's probably going to be a Switch port. So that won't keep it alive for very long. But it will be alive because Wind Waker HD speedruns Smash 4, unless there's a port. I think there's a port. Wait, okay, not Smash 4 then, because I think there's going to be a port. I think I've actually heard news of a port. Shit, not Smash 4. People are going to get their Switches for 4. And people have Smash in their 3DS. Okay, 2 reasons. Breath of the Wild speedruns and Wind Waker speedruns. Because Breath of the Wild runs faster on a Wii U. German Wii U. Well, they actually released a thing that you can download that gives you, that allows you to change the voices So any Wii U, just switch to the German language. The Wii U has faster loading times, so everybody speedruns. Yeah, you just have to speedrun on the Wii U. Unless they do some kind of crazy patch that makes the Switch faster, then everybody's speedrunning on the Wii U. And now, of course, yeah, Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild, and that's about it. I mean, there are a handful of games that are really good on the Wii U. Like, the Wii U got some shit, and it just was poorly advertised, really weird name, confusing just in general. The whole thing about it, and it's like there are some games that use the gamepad really well, and there are some games that are just good regardless. You know, Tropical Freeze, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That's a really good game. Like, that's a damn fun game. What, like, me and Ben, one day, you know, we gotta play that fucking game. We gotta record that game, because we tore ass through that game back in high school. First year high school. That's when I met him. We would hang out at my house all the time, and we would just play Donkey Kong, all day. Either like Donkey Kong, or we watched Breaking Bad together. And that was it. I think at one point we also played Mario 3D World, but I think I did most of Mario 3D World with the neighbor here now, the neighbor that I live, or that lives near where I live now. I haven't seen Ben in a while though. I did a stream today. I was gonna stream that other game, and then I was thinking about my other friend, because I called him yesterday, and I was like, dude, you want to do like a Minecraft stream thing? And he was like, sure, fuck it, let's do it. So we did that. It only lasted like 30 minutes though, because at one point the stream just crashed. I don't know why. I think it was just there's just too much like going on in terms of internet, because, you know, Discord was using the internet, and we were playing on Minecraft Realms. His Realms thing was using up the internet, and then of course the streaming was using up the internet, so the Realms ran horribly, and I'm sure the stream didn't turn out very well either, because nobody really watched it, and it only lasted half an hour. Sometimes it takes quite a while for people to come in. I usually just wait for the regulars. Probably tomorrow or something I'll stream the other game. 'Cause I mean, you know, I guess I have to celebrate or something. 'Cause tomorrow's Friday, and tomorrow the 300th episode will go up, and that will be the very last episode. Maybe that episode will be a stream. Maybe I'll just do one super long final VC stream that's just gonna be the last time I ever play VC. Not really. I mean, I don't think I want to play it anymore. It could be that I might go back to it way down the line, or if Sonata wants me to grind for any reason, like he's like, oh, I really like this event, dude, can you help me out? I was like, fuck yeah, why the hell not? Just as a fun reason to jump back into it and stream for some time, I'll do that. Or if Twin wants me to grind my old account, because he'll have full access to that one after 2 days. I mean, I've said on the show, and I've said to him, he's got full access to it now. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I just want access to it for enough time to record these episodes. Except tomorrow, you know, if I'm gonna do like a crazy long stream, of course I'm gonna want it that whole time. I probably want to ask him about it. He might watch this. How you doing, buddy? He's older than me, but I like calling him buddy. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. You're a great man. Jeez. Yeah, tomorrow maybe, or it'll just be a regular ass episode, and then call it a day. I don't know. Today's May the 4th, actually. So that's a Star Wars joke. Haha! I don't think I've ever seen a Star Wars movie in full. I know a lot about a lot of them just because I follow a lot of people that know a lot about a lot of them. But I don't know, I've just never really sat down to watch them. It's just like, I don't know, there's so much of it, and it's just already so much of a thing. I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure they're good movies. Just like, eh. You know, it's like, I don't need more shit to try to remember, you know? It's like, it's not the droids you're looking for. I may have seen the part 4, they call it parts movie 4, whatever. I think I've seen that one very, very long time ago. Like I think I've seen just bits and pieces along the years. I've seen most of the Family Guy parodies, you know. Like I know the main plot of the 4th movie. I know a lot of the spoilers from the other movies. But I wouldn't say that's like discouraging me from actually sitting down and watching the movies. It's just like there's 8 movies now? Like 7 main movies and then 1 spin-off movie. And then they're just gonna poop out more. And they're probably gonna be like, yeah, pretty good, and then just like, I mean, the newer ones are better than the prequels, right? But still, you know, just they're just shitting out movies. Hollywood's just shitting out movies. That's what they're doing. They're just they're just trying to make money, so they're just I mean, there exist good movies, and there's still, you know, there are some like independent studios trying to do, you know, like actual good storytelling, but there's also just like, haha, put this superhero in a movie. That'll make money. Well, yeah, it's gonna make money, but it's not gonna be a well-made movie per se, unless you get people who know how to make movies, and it doesn't fucking seem like it. I started this talking about Windwaker speedruns, and now I'm upset about superhero movies because I want to like them, but they're not good. It's just, I've talked about this before though. Spider-Man 2, only good super. It's not the only. A lot of them are just enjoyable in their own right, but the more you like understand filmmaking, and I wouldn't say I fully understand filmmaking. I've never made a film. I'm just pretentious, you know. I like to learn about filmmaking. I like to learn about a lot of things. That's what I do. My hobby is just learning. Not learning in depth of anything, but just sort of taking in a lot of knowledge and just getting a general knowledge of a lot of things. I watch a lot of educational channels, but educational channels that have to do with a lot of varying things, you know, a handful of science things, and Number File's fucking great. I'm really into Folding Ideas. That guy is great. He does movies. Bobby Burns, Folding Ideas. Nerdwriter does kind of whatever the fuck he wants to do. Because he writes about movies sometimes, he writes about shows, he writes about pop culture. He did a really good one on Donald Trump and the way he sort of structures his sentences with like a lot of repetition and simple words and like impactful words, and he reorganizes sentences so that the last word is always like the impactful one. So he gets across to a larger audience and to a simpler audience. So kind of Donald Trump kind of knows what he's doing in that respect, but God, I don't know if he knows what he's doing when it comes to being a president. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? I don't know. In a lot of ways, I preferred him over Hillary. I hate both of them. I like the one guy who wanted weed or whatever, right? That guy was cool. I didn't know much about him. He didn't know very much about the world politics. Like somebody asked him about some sort of situation in fucking Africa or whatever, and he had never heard of the place, and he didn't know what was going on in there, and that just looked terrible on his front if he's not paying attention to all the world shit. But I don't know. I wouldn't be either. I want him on my show. It's not even gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be anymore. If I invite guests on, because I mean I might just invite guests on for some kind of podcast thing where I just sit chat with him for a while and then put that up and say, hey, I chatted with this guy for a while. That was neat. I was gonna do a video with Frame Raider, and then I pissed him off. I said cunt too many times in his channel. He was not happy with me. I shouldn't use that word in general. It's a very strong word. It's a very bad word. I mean, words are how you use them in a lot of ways. Bad words are bad because people can use them in bad ways. I mean, like, what is the origin of that word, right? Like, what is the history behind that word that makes it bad? Like, the N-word has history, but the C-word is just a vagina term, right? But it's just like a really harsh. I mean, it sounds harsh. That's what makes it fun to say. That really, really hard K sound and then that T sound, you know. And it's the same with fuck, you know. It's that f and then the k, you know. Curse words are fun to say. Just the Anglo-Saxon. That's where it gets it from. The simple, like powerful syllables. But I don't know. I shouldn't say cunt too often. Even then, I think I said it just a little bit quieter than everything else in that sentence. Mostly because, just in case my mom is listening, I don't want her to hear. I do want to end this episode, though. I know it just came right out of nowhere. It almost sounded like I was saying some other shit. But no, I'm done. Take care of yourself.